Welcome to another episode. Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
C-Melo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
Just the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
What up? Welcome. Everybody tuning in wherever you're tuning in from, man. Hopefully you tuning in for this, you know what I'm saying? Technical difficulties just fucking running amok today, bro. It must be Mercury retrograde, man. I was saying, man. Because, like, technology, G just didn't even, he was like, I'm on today? Like, yo, bro, like, what? Why wouldn't you, bro? 4 out of 5 chances is you're on, bro. That's what the odds say. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta stay ready, man. Stay ready, be ready. But yo, technology, man, all the obstacles, man. I just gotta say one thing, bro. Makes me sad, man. They doubted us, but you feel me? God did, man. Gas did, Scruff did, T did. Yeah, we out here, man. Gas presents sports for the culture, man. We made it. We made it through the storm, man. 3 strong. It's 3 strongest, man. We are here tonight, bro. House of Dragons type shit, man. Feel me? Only the strong survive, bro. T rocking the Gas shirt, man. Shout out Gas merch. Shout out T Boogie. Top right, introduce yourself, brother.
T Boogie, man. Y'all know what it is to me. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Do it 2 times this week. You know what I'm saying? It's wild out here. But hey, man, technical difficulties was wild, but the pre-show was lit, no pun intended. So you know, go out and get that pre-show. If you don't have it, if you do have it, you know what I'm saying? Tap into that. But other than that, man, let's go. Let's go.
Thanks. It just reminded me of something. Y'all seen that video, dude from P Valley, and he was smoking the blunt, and that dude was trying to hit the blunt. They was like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, monkeypox. They were like, you can't be too careful nowadays, man. Feel me? Bottom, middle.
Yeah, y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Young Rome 22, man. Technical difficulties was definitely crazy, like they said. You know, if you didn't believe that we was gonna make it on tonight, it's all good because God did.
That's right, man. God did, man. And Apple did not, bro. Apple did not, bro. And let's get into it, man. Monday Night Football was very eventful, and it's Tuesday, so we gotta get into that first. So I mean, it was a pretty good game, man. First of all, Geno Smith played very well, but the real call came down to the final minutes, bro, as it always does for Russell Wilson. But this isn't exactly end the way that you would expect, right? Because it was 4th down, 4th and 5, I believe, and all accounts appear that Russell Wilson would be coming back on the field, but they tried out the kicker for a 65-yard field goal, and they miss it. So now the question now comes is, this is one of those classic decisions. Like, should the coach have actually kicked that field goal right there, or should he let Russell Wilson do what he does? 4th and 5, 65-yard field goal, or you gonna put your faith behind the guy that you put your money behind and your draft picks behind and your whole franchise behind? I don't know. What are y'all thoughts about this decision right here? What would y'all have done in this situation? Coach Boogie, you're a coach. I gotta go with you first.
I'm never kicking the field goal on 4th and 5 with 2 timeouts and 20 seconds. Like we're playing to win. I saw another team play to win this week, but we're playing to win. I thought it was a little crazy, but first year head coach, right? And some say he wouldn't have got that job if it wasn't for his last name. A little bit of nepotism there, but it was a bad call. I think you know, had to do it again, the coach would definitely go the other way and put the ball in Russ' hands, but wasn't his call. And also that head coach didn't pay Russ. I saw a lot of people saying 200 and something million. Why'd you buy him? The head coach didn't buy Russ.
He said, "Why'd you buy him?"
You know what I'm saying? For all we know, he didn't want to pay Russ. So he trusted what was it, McManus?
Right.
I'm not trusting a guy named McManus, but you know, I'm not a head coach, so he made the call and he lost, and you know, it is what it is.
All right, I feel you, bro. At the end of the day, I thought they was going, because like when he does the check down, right? He does the check down on 3rd down. You go to your running back. You don't. You're supposed to go to the middle of the field. Like you're supposed to push the ball down the field or the sideline. Get the fuck up in field goal range. Mismanage the timeouts. You know what I'm saying? You're out there hoo-hawing around for 25 seconds and shit. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? I know, like, Russ didn't do shit. The coach didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Rome, what do you think about this whole situation, bro? Like, who's to blame here, bro?
So I think obviously the majority of the blame got to go on the head coach because that's like the clock management falls on the head coach, right? That's who's supposed to manage the clock at the end of the game. And if you look at the last 2 minutes of that game, the whole last 2 minutes of clock management was horrible. It was some of the worst clock management I've seen in pro football. But like y'all said, is a first year head coach. They're fresh out of preseason, a lot of new moving pieces. So I get it. I get that the mistake could happen. Who else could have potentially prevented this from happening is Russell Wilson. I'm not saying that Russell Wilson needs to take lion's share of the blame here, but I'm saying if you're the $100 million quarterback, you're the pro, you're the vet here. Let me put it to you guys like this: the Broncos head coach, how many Super Bowls has he won?
None of the head coach.
And how many has Russell Wilson won?
One.
So and he's probably been to more than the coach has also. So with that said, who should know what to do in this situation? Who has the experience? Who's been to the top of the mountain? Who's getting paid the big money? Who has all off season? This organization has been saying we brought this guy in. He's changed the culture. He's Peyton Manning, like when we brought Peyton in and all this. Russell's that's supposed to be that guy. You supposed to be where the buck stops. So if you can't figure out to call a timeout while you're on the field and 20, 30 seconds rolls off the clock. I don't know if y'all were watching the Manning cast or y'all seen the clip of that. Peyton Manning screaming, call a timeout for like 20, 30 seconds while he's watching the game. So I don't know what was going through Russ's head at the time. Maybe he didn't want to step on toes. Maybe, he was trying to trust his coach, whatever. But both of them should have called a timeout. And the fact that neither one of them did is egregious to me. I do think this is something that they get cleaned up because it's only week 1. But I don't think it can just fall solely on the head coach and then Russ gets, zero blame or just gets a pass when he's supposed to be, this franchise quarterback. You supposed to be able to know when to call the timeouts. You should be telling the coach, nah, bro, it's 4th and 5. I'm Russell Wilson. You just paid me millions of dollars. Let me go get this first down. Let me go get this touchdown. Like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, they're not coming off the field right there. They're waving the kicker back. So they're like, to me, and I said this in the group chat, it lacked a little bit of alpha male aggression for me. Like I need Russ to be like, nah, bro. Like you're the kicker. You're making like 100,000, 500,000. I'm making damn near 500 mil. Go sit down, bro. Like that's the mentality I need from Russ.
I do think you have a valid point, Ron. I really do. But I will say that I think what Russ was doing from a employer, organizational standpoint structure was it's a plan B, potentially from alpha, whatever mentality you're talking about, whatever. Yeah, all right, you pay me XYZ, you pay me 265 million guaranteed, whatever the case may be. The head coach may search amount of dollars and shit, but they always say the most important people in the organization is the owner, the head coach, and the quarterback. And the head coach and the quarterback have to be on the same page. It's clear that we're used to seeing a certain caliber of rapport between Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. That's part of the reason why Russell Wilson, like I'm literally, I didn't even watch I'm keeping a buck with you. I didn't even watch the first 4 quarters of the game. I only needed to watch the last 3 minutes. And all I needed to see was the last drive of Russell Wilson. And I knew that what he was going to do, but he didn't really, I was like, felt it was cut short. But the rapport wasn't there, I think. And I mean, the buck does fall on both sides, but it's almost like, okay, as the employee in that situation, it's like, okay, I'm gonna let you fail. We're gonna see the result here. This is week 1. We chose to do it your way before. That will hold weight in the future.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I agree with that 100%. Because they even put the stats up of Russell Wilson in the fourth quarter and his fourth quarter comebacks. They had that graphic up like as this was happening. So to send out McManus to kick a 64-yard bomb, like that was a hope and a prayer anyway. It wasn't even like we're talking like a 45-yard kick, 50-yard kick. Like that was a hope and a prayer. Like, if he would have made that, he would have been touted as, that would have been a great kick. So
Yeah, one of
I
those
don't
things.
I don't know what the coach was thinking to not leave the ball and rest his hands right there.
You got a good point though, Room, because it's definitely some like who's in charge type shit. Because like I think Russ like I don't know if he let him fail, but he was all right, motherfucker, we gonna do it your way. And I think in the future he holds more gravity in this conversation. When it comes fourth down in the future, motherfucker, they're gonna go probably Russ might be have more juice in the future to be able to make that decision. I don't know what the power structure is with the new head coach and shit. I don't know how the new head coach, what his attitude is, what his MO is. Sometimes they be like,
Well,
with
I
the
can
new
tell you
player.
what, he's a sucker. Like, take your
Maybe.
L. If you roll out your kicker and you miss, take your L. Why are you using 2 timeouts?
Right. Personally, yeah, he mismanaged the timeouts. First of all, I wouldn't be under 1 minute with 3 timeouts.
No,
That just wouldn't happen.
Listen. After they miss, he then burns the timeouts. Like, he
What an
burns
ass! What an asshole! Like seriously, like what? Like that's the ultimate fuck. Like come on, bro.
not
You
a
already
guy.
lost, bro. I agree. I agree. It was clownish behavior, man.
A
Something
hat.
Pete Carroll wouldn't do, bro. But I would say this
Yeah,
based on
it's hard to believe because they didn't use their first time out, so there was like 20 seconds left, bro. Like I don't know, man. And like I said, it's some of the worst clock management I've ever seen in pro football, bro. And I've watched a lot of pro football.
I've seen a lot of bad clock management, man. I don't know if y'all remember. Andy Reid used to be really bad clock management before he went
Yeah,
for the Chiefs.
yeah.
But yeah, I've seen it. Man, there's something they got to tighten up for sure. But I mean, blame got to go around somebody. But that was a big story, man. So I mean, hey man, if you're gonna pay the guy, I say you gotta let him be the man. You know what I'm saying?
Of
But
course.
Let Russ cook.
I mean, yeah, you gotta let Russ cook, man. But we'll see what happens in the future. But I mean, this team only gonna go as far as Russell Wilson takes them. I mean, real for real, for real. But besides Monday Night Football, man, it was a very, very, very eventful week one. And yeah, I want to hear y'all reactions, y'all biggest takeaways. I'm gonna start with one, and this is just from what I've seen across the league. Man, biggest takeaway is can't trust your kicker with the game, bro. That pretty much goes across all the boards of every game that we've seen from 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock. We've seen kickers getting, hitting the fucking tail. You know what I'm saying? It was a bad day for kickers, bad week for kickers, man. Week one, man. That's why I said, T, man, the kickers is a slept on position, bro. There's not really that many good ones. But I want to hear from y'all, man. What do y'all think about week one? What's y'all biggest reactions?
I mean, just to react to that kicker fiasco. What I realized with the kickers is like, and I've heard Bryce say this. Kickers are going to go away, yada yada. He doesn't like them in fantasy. Kickers make the game so much more interesting because they create that moment of suspense, that huge moment of tension. It's like we have the game won, but do we? And, you know what I mean? Like,
right, yo.
We saw a couple times where teams had the game won but didn't, and I thought it made for the great football. Like week one, the 1 p.m. slate was amazing. It bled over into the later games, like Bengals and Steelers going back and forth, Colts and Texans and tie. Like we got a lot of.
It was great. It was great. It was definitely great, man.
It wasn't a lot of good football played. It was week one. I thought teams looked rusty, but we got a lot of exciting football. So kickers are so necessary.
That's a great point, too. We definitely got a lot of exciting football. It probably wasn't the best, some of the cleanest football because week one, a lot of people don't play in the preseason. But that was one of my biggest takeaways is the teams and the players that aren't playing in the preseason had very, very sloppy games, especially in the first half. You just mentioned that Bengals game. Joe Burrow and the Bengals looked a hot mess in the first half of that game. But then they made that big comeback. A lot of teams were making big comebacks in this week one slate of games. So I think a lot of people are anti-playoffs, or anti-preseason, and that's all fine and dandy. But this is the kind of football that we're going to see in the first 2-3 weeks of the season, with most of your guys sitting on the bench in the preseason.
Yeah, I agree. And let's dive a little deeper into that game, man. I think that was one of the best games of week one, the Steelers and Bengals game. And we had did our AFC North predictions, and I had predicted actually think I was off that week, but I predicted through comments that the Steelers was going to make the playoffs. And I also said that the Bengals I thought were going to be maybe potentially missing the playoffs, even though I thought they were. I think people think that they weren't going to be a good team, man. But obviously they're a good team. They were in the Super Bowl last year, but they had every opportunity to win that game, and they really actually came back and made it extremely interesting. The Steelers should have won that game much sooner than they did, but Steelers, man, Brazilian as can be, bro.
I mean, I remember the Bengals having about 5 turnovers. So for that game to even be close is a testament to how much firepower the Bengals really have, and that the Steelers, while probably a better than average team, aren't where they need to be, because 5 turnover game, like, that should be a blowout.
Yeah, you should have ran away.
Should be, honestly. Yeah, I think Trubisky did okay, but I also feel like if they would have had like a capable starting quarterback, they could have ran away with that game. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Najee was a little banged up. It was still week 1. Trubisky seemed like a game manager there. I wasn't mad at it. I was a little more mad at Joe Burrow kind of being a little careless with the rock. Bigger expectations on Joe Cool.
I feel like I feel like it was safe. Trubisky is a safe pick.
I'm not surprised by Burrow's performance, only because not only did he not play in the preseason, but he had the whole appendix thing, so he wasn't even practicing. So for him to come out and look like that, it's not a surprise. But look who we got here, man. Fresh off celebrating this Giants victory, bro. G is finally in the building.
What did I not call it? The Bengals ain't going to the playoffs again? Did I not say that? Did I not say they were going to stink up the shit again?
I said,
calm down.
They didn't stink it up though by any means, bro.
6 interceptions though. 6 interceptions.
Bro, how about the game-winning catch by throw touchdown, the pitch and catch from Burrow to Chase? You know what I'm saying? That was clutch. That was the shit that
you said game-winning or tying.
Tying.
Come on now, bro. No, bro. I'm just saying, Joe Burrow. That offensive line was the one thing we all thought that was going to get fixed, and clearly that's not the thing. That's not what happened.
Bro, first of all, offensive lines don't get fixed overnight, man. I don't know where you come from. Oh, you come from New York Giants territory, so I know you know that. I know you know
First
that.
Of all,
man.
You two scrubs almost shit the bed. Mister, I'm up 17 and you want to fucking win by 3. And you guys, piss poor. How y'all even let that be a competitive game against the Jaguars?
All right, so let's jump into it. What's your biggest reaction? So let's jump into that Jaguars and Commanders. Again, I have to really think this is about what to call you guys. The Commanders, man, had a commanding lead is what you had, and then Carson Wentz did what he did. Carson going Carson. He threw a pick. The other team came back in the game, and then he put on his hero hat again, and he said, "Hold on, let me take it back." And shout out Jahan Dodson. He had a big day, 2 touchdowns, and he hauled in pretty much. I guess you call it the game winner. Is that correct, G? Is it the game winner? Was it the game-winning touchdown?
Yeah,
that was the game
Was it
winner.
against the Jaguars? I don't know if y'all called the Trevor Lawrence pregame hype video, but that was the worst pregame talk I've ever heard in my life.
Worse than the Geno Smith one, the eating the dubs?
Nah, bro. Like at least that shit is like it make you laugh. It's like that's somewhat inspiring. This Trevor Lawrence shit was like dry, bro. But anyway, man, what's your thoughts on that Washington game? Rome won't come from you since you're the resident fan.
Hey, so Scruff, I'm gonna help you out here, bro. You said you had to think of what to call us, man. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a hot take here, and I'm gonna let you know what you could call us, bro. You could call us the future NFC East champs of 2022. Now, see, when we originally did the picks, the Cowboys hadn't lost Dak yet. Now that we got Dak up out the way, Dak gonna be out, miss a significant amount of games. That opens the door. The door is wide open. Dallas is already behind the 8 ball. Philly won. The Giants won. And I'm not even gonna hold you. The Eagles look nice. I'm gonna be very objective here. I watched that Eagles-Lions game. Hurts looked improved in the pocket. That was my biggest takeaway. He actually made some nice passes in the pocket. Night and day difference from what he was doing against Tampa Bay in the playoffs. But as far as the Commanders Jaguars game go, I'm not gonna come in here and act like I have a bunch of faith in Carson Wentz. I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I'm some big Carson Wentz fans. I look at Carson Wentz the same way I look at Jameis Winston. I don't think those guys are the type of guys that really get it done. But can they go win a division if the door opens up? Can they go throw some touchdown passes despite throwing some dumbass interceptions? Both of them did that this week. So I have enough faith in Carson Wentz and the talent around him at the receiver position for Washington to win this mediocre division. And I think if they're gonna do that, they got to go on a run now. We got the Lions and we got Philly up next. That Week 3 Philly matchup has just become a marquee matchup early on in the season. If Washington can find a way to beat Detroit and beat Philly, and we're up 3-0 in the division, then I think we might be able to cruise to something. But and that's me being objective. That's not me being a fan. That's me watching football and seeing what I'm seeing. So I'm curious to know y'all's thoughts. I'm sure you're gonna try to come at me sideways, but that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, I mean, yo, Norm, I will give you this, man. You have your own hashtag. You are spicy Rome, but this is not a spicy Rome take. This is actually a different narrative. It's a narrative switch. Rome is what it is. It's because the Cowboys is obviously your pick for the division. I was taking notes when you did that.
Yeah,
And
with
I
that.
I remembered that you had picked the Cowboys to win the division, and obviously that's not going to happen now. So you obviously are ready for your narrative switch. Here it is, narrative switch wrong. Switched over to the home squad. I'm not surprised by that, bro. I'm not surprised by that at all. You're not going to sit here and tell me the Eagles is going to win the division. Like, come on, bro. We're going to have 17 weeks of that. Might as well hold hands and sing "Kumbaya," bro. Like that's not gonna happen.
Look. I believe in Carson Wentz more than I believe in Jalen Hurts, and we can really get into it because if I recall, I think T said something like the Eagles have 2 number 1 receivers, but when I watched, I only saw 1 number 1 receiver in AJ Brown. Did Smith even in that game with a catch? I'm not even sure. He was pretty MIA. But Washington's 3 receivers, all three of our starting receivers found their way to the end zone. All 3 of them. Week 1.
They better have against the Jags. The fuck?
I mean, yo, okay. I'm gonna make this a tit for tat, man. Yo, I got a dub. You got a dub. You know what I'm saying? I will say this though about the game, the Eagles-Lions game. Lions are a good football team, bro. Personally, I'm not trying to outrank the opponents, but if the Lions played the Jaguars, they'd spank them. That's all I'll tell you.
Oh my goodness, bro!
You don't believe that. He don't believe that.
I don't believe that. The
No,
Lions are right.
You're drunk.
Right.
You're drunk. You're drinking too much. Whatever the fuck you're drinking.
I'll say this: the Eagles did what I thought they would do. I'm 5 games closer to my hot take. So
yeah,
that's
see
cool.
that take dies this week, bro. They're not beating the Vikings. That take dies this week.
Let's jump into the Vikings. Let's jump into the Vikings.
Minnesota is beating Philly.
Let's jump into the Vikings.
As a matter of fact, let's jump into the Vikings because I never got to do my official hot take, bro. Like Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, they're going to the Super Bowl. That's my hot take for the season. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, and I said this before they beat the Packers. All right, the Vikings are gonna be in the Super Bowl, bro. Mark that down. I wasn't on the show when we did the hot takes, so I missed that episode. I've been sitting on this.
Oh, we got leftover hot takes from Rico. It's still hot.
Yo, wait. Good question, bro. If that's the case with Kirk Cousins, how sick will you be?
He's not sick, obviously.
I'm not sick because
y'all did this just to see Kirk Cousins in the Super Bowl.
The reason I'm rocking with it,
like Justin Jefferson on that roster. Let's be real.
The reason I'm rocking with it is the weapons on that offense. I can name a lot of different players, but it's Kevin O'Connell. The best I saw Kirk Cousins in Washington was when Kevin O'Connell was calling plays. Now he's the head coach in Minnesota. He knows how to get the most out of Kirk. He's already gotten the most out of Kirk. And Kirk, I believe, is in a contract year on top of that. So Kirk knows what time it is, man. The Vikings are going to make some real noise, bro. And I like them to make it to the Super Bowl. That's definitely my hot take that I'm riding with in 2022.
I agree.
Okay, that's hot. Go ahead, T.
I agree with my man Hansel. That game should be a shootout, but I think the Eagles will play smarter than the Packers. Like you're going to have to shadow and roll coverages to Justin Jefferson. I mean, he's that good. But also the Packers kind of went out there and lost that game. I mean, they missed a touchdown on the first play of the game. Uh, just a rookie being a rookie. And so, I like the Eagles. I think they'll beat the Vikings. But as far as the Commanders, Carson Wentz played about what I'd expected. But I was impressed with that offense. All right. And when I thought about it, they got about 4 running backs I like, and one of them's on like IR, right? Then they have 3 receivers that can boogie. One of them can even play running back himself. That offense, this might be the first time in a long time we see the offense carry the defense in Washington.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think when you can score points in this league, you can win some games. I don't know if that's enough for Rome to be inventing hot takes on the spot, but I like what I saw out of the NFC East outside of Dallas.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Dallas is some shit. Dallas is some shit.
And
You know
that
what?
was my hot take too. I don't care who. I mean, not hot take, but a reaction. I don't care who's quarterbacking that Cowboys team. That team is going to lose a lot of games.
But I don't want to. I don't. It's not because of the quarterback. It's the receivers. They have no receivers.
It's
They
not
don't.
because of the
They
quarterback. It's
can't
because of the
block
rest of
either.
the team. It's because of the O line. It's because of the
No
receivers. It's
O-line.
because of the tight ends. It's because of a
I
lot of
think I
shit.
think I think it's really the O line, bro. Like I think Dallas has some good skill positions, bro. But it's football, man. And if you don't got it up front, bro, that'll bring out a lot of other flaws. Like CD Lamb is a great player, right? But if he's your main threat at receiver and y'all can't block, he ain't gonna stand out at all. Like Zeke might still be able to have some splash plays here and there, but if y'all can't block, he gonna look like the bum that y'all said he was. So it like if you don't got an O line, then you don't really got much in the National Football League.
I don't have much to say about Dallas. They some shit. Respectfully. And they gonna be some shit for a while. With Dak or not.
Real quick, what did y'all think about Tampa in that win? Because everybody keeps talking about how bad Dallas was. The Buccaneers didn't look too hot.
They look
So
good enough to
I'm
win the
curious
game.
everybody's thoughts.
They look good enough to win the game. And I wish I would have took Julio Jones in fantasy. I feel like I don't know why I didn't buy in on that. I think that's gonna be a successful
Actually, T,
relationship.
I wanna hear your take on Julio because you've actually been a critic.
Yeah, I thought. I think I said on the show, if anybody could revive Julio's career, it would be Brady. But I think this might be the last season for Brady. Maybe Julio goes another 2 seasons, but he's not the same Julio. But Tom can cover up a lot of flaws. But I think this Tom Brady we're going to see a lot of Fournette. We're going to see a lot of checkdowns. We're going to see a lot of handing the ball off, or we're going to see jump balls, like throwing it up to Thomas and Julio. But I don't think Tampa is the team to beat NFC East. I don't think teams are looking at them as a threat anymore. So, yeah, this is Tom's last season. I
So
thought
so if Tampa's not the threat in the South, who are you liking the Saints? Because they had a big win too.
the South is so unpredictable. Who knows who's going to come out of that division? It's just too early to tell. All of those guys have a few pieces. Atlanta arguably has the least amount of pieces, but I like what I saw out of Mariota in London. And London's playing pretty much injured, so I don't know, but I know the Super Bowl champ won't come out of that division.
Man, I like what I see in Atlanta too, man. But it's my problem with Atlanta right now is they got that stench, man. They've become the team that just blows leads. Like that's like their thing, Like it almost doesn't matter, like logic. Like if they have a lead, they're gonna blow it.
So look, my biggest week 1 reaction is the Chiefs, though. And that's easy. That's low hanging fruit there, but
Go ahead, Google it.
But I feel like the Chiefs set out to put the league on notice, right? We don't need your Tyreek Hills. We still have Patrick Mahomes, and he's the greatest quarterback in the league. And let me show you why. And the Chiefs went out there and did what the Chiefs do. They scored touchdowns. They didn't come down and kick 1,000 field goals. They put the ball in the end zone. I'm talking shovel passes, crossers, up top. Like, they did a little bit of everything, and I was impressed with that. I was
We're not
impressed.
gonna talk. We're not gonna talk about that defense. The defense that we thought that was gonna be there was there. I was more impressed with that defense.
Hey,
I
I
mean,
want to go ahead. Go ahead.
it's always easy to play from in front. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see that defense in the shootout. I didn't see that defense against the Bengals. anybody that can score for real. But the D had a solid game. But I
Nah, the
would
defense played well. I will highlight somebody on the defense actually. George Karlaftis, I think I hope his name's George. I know it's Karlaftis though. The rookie that they drafted in the first round. Did a great job actually. He played the most snaps out of anybody on the Kansas City defensive line. And he pretty much shadowed Kyler Murray, and he did a great job of containing him. And I think he was a major reason why he had a hard time staying comfortable. He was pass rushing him, but he wasn't being a typical rookie, which is like over pursuing. He was doing a great job of staying contained, and I think that really matters. It may not show up on the stat sheet, but I will say what you got to say about T about the offense, bro. I think you got to highlight the offense, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Because like Tyreek Hill, you have a departure of a guy like Tyreek Hill, and one thing that this organization did a good job was, and Dallas did not do, by the way, is when you lose a guy, you have to bring in replacements, and you can't bring in one replacement. You have to bring in multiple replacements because you're never going to add up a Tyreek Hill with one guy, and Chiefs didn't do that, and that's I think the craziest thing about it. So I'm an avid reader. Reading 48 Laws of Power right now. Law 17, man. I'm gonna drop y'all this knowledge to y'all all season. Law 17, man. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Oh, hold on. Don't play it now. But I'm just saying, like, that's what the Chiefs is doing. That's what Patrick Mahomes is doing. You don't know where it's going. You know where it's coming from. You don't know where it's going. Go to running backs. They got multiple running backs now. They could pop in there. Clyde was player had multiple touchdowns. Boy from Rutgers had a touchdown. You got McCole Hardman. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got weapons everywhere.
Sky Moore, like they got weapons out there.
They got so many weapons. You don't know where it's going to go. I think that makes it more dangerous.
Hey, so real quick, all I wanted to say on the Chiefs game, real quick, was about their offense and their defense is. And then I want to shift the combos. Their offense is so good that it might as well be their defense, bro. When I turned that game on, because the early games was crazy, so I think that game came on late for me. It was already 14-0. Like the Cardinals were playing from behind in like 5-10 minutes in the game. The Chiefs Cardinals. It was already 14-0 by the time I got to see any of it. So I mean, if you're a defense and that team's already one dimensional in the first, second quarter, that makes it incredibly easy. But I think that credit needs to go to Andy Reid as a head coach and Pat Mahomes, because like y'all were just eloquating, they got so many weapons. And Scruff, I know Andy Reid will dial up some crazy offenses if you give that man enough weapons. And you give him an arm like Pat Mahomes, he's throwing overhand bombs, underhand tosses, behind the back. It's ridiculous what the Chiefs are doing, and I do think they came out here to make a statement, especially Pat, and that's because I think he hears everybody talking about Josh Allen all the damn time, and I think he basically just put the league on notice, saying that the crown is still his. And I'm interested to get y'all's thoughts on this, man. Who's really the best QB in the league right now? Is it Josh Allen or is it Pat Mahomes?
No.
Patrick Mahomes. It's always been Patrick Mahomes, man.
Patty Mahomes. It's Patrick Mahomes, my homie.
You said
Allen.
Lamar?
They try to pump up Josh Allen because they try to make shit interesting.
Josh Allen looked really good. Like
he did.
He got the ball out of his hand fast. He was accurate. He was decisive. He ran the ball with authority. He almost looked like a creative player. Like he's tall, he's strong, he's fast. Like, I don't know what he was missing. And Mahomes has mastered that offense. You know what I'm saying? I think you're talking 1A, 1B. And I'll give 1A to Mahomes because he's been there. He's won it all before. So edge Mahomes, but Josh Allen's knocking on that door, man. He's the next great. You know what I'm saying? The next he's got Hall of Fame written all over him.
I agree with you, T. I think it's a 1A, 1B situation right now. I think before week 1, I would have said Pat, but after watching Josh go crazy against the Rams, man, I can't just lean towards Pat like that. But then Pat put up them 5 touchdowns, so it's crazy.
No interceptions.
Hey, eloquating, bro. I was like thinking the same shit, bro. I was like, oh, eloquating like that, like.
Hey, every so often I might throw out some words like I'm actually educated out here.
I went to grad school. And I don't even. Either I've never used that word or it's not a word at all. I'm gonna let you rock. I'm gonna let you rock on that joint, though, Rome. That joint was fire. I feel you, man. I feel you, man. I was happy to be the subject of the eloquation. Nah, but bro, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, bro. Respectfully, bro. He don't need, and I think this is a great transition to one of my next biggest takeaways of the week. He don't need no top dog. You know how short, you know what I'm saying? I don't need no short. Be like, I don't need no man. Like, yo, quarterback, like, yo, I don't need no receivers, dog. I can do it by my damn self. Give me T Boogie, Geraldo, and Rome, and we gonna get 3 touchdowns and call it a day. All right? You know what I'm saying? That's what Patrick Mahomes did. But that is not what Aaron Rodgers did, bro. Aaron Rodgers had a rough night, bro. Rough afternoon, bro, for the kid. Aaron Rodgers. That dude definitely was hitting the shroomies on Monday morning. Yo, how do I connect with my receivers, man? Yo, channel your fucking receivers, bro. Aaron Rodgers has no connection with these receivers, bro. And they go camping or some shit, bro. Go bonding or some shit, bro. Go spend some time with these niggas. They don't got no connection. Your boy Christian Watson T, who you drafted in the Gas Fantasy League, he coughed up a fucking touchdown, bro, in the first quarter. That's demoralizing, bro. Demoralizing. Obviously, they didn't want to go back to him again.
Oh, see, how does it feel to lose to me with Joe Flacco as my starting quarterback?
Are we talking fantasy?
I guess so.
Well, considering that the computer drafted 95% of your team, and you didn't draft Joe Flacco until I said everyone needs a quarterback. You know, I
blew your butt, and I blew you need a quarterback. Because clearly I didn't need a quarterback. Because I think I had Aiken on my squad too. It gave me a 0.
Yeah. You had a great week 1. I mean, this is some mighty trash talk from a guy that let AI draft for him. All right.
And I told you I was gonna beat y'all. I was gonna beat everybody in this panel with an auto draft team.
Hey.
I mean,
from now on, you should change the name of your team to Sleeper Auto Draft because that is who picked your team, bro.
That's like, all I'm saying, Nick, you're my next victim, right?
Yeah, I got you this week, bro. You ain't about to beat me though. Fuck all that bullshit, dog. I ain't team, bro.
Tesla auto drive and then getting out and calling yourself Ricky Bobby. Like, what are we doing here?
You feel me? Ricky Bobby. If it ain't first, you're last.
You were the least efficient manager, though. That's a fact.
Week 1, I mean, I appreciate that week 1 was your Super Bowl, but it's a long.
Hey, you lost to me. You lost to me. You lost to me.
I lost in both sleeper leagues. Like the sleeper app, it hasn't been kind to me. More Mr. Big Leaguer, and I'm 0-2 and he's 1-2. I mean 1-1, and I was a little upset about that. Like he
you talking about the other league?
I mean, yeah, in the other league, but I'm just saying the sleeper app in general hasn't shown me love.
Hey, bro, if you go over 2 in the other league, so just to update the audience, we do a league where if there's a league medium, whatever the total medium points is for the week, if you fall below it, you catch an L. This is what it is.
Bryce fell below the league median and still won his game, and I was a little salty. I can't.
Yeah.
He got lucky. But that's how you know somebody got lucky. You know what I mean? Real talk.
It is what it is. I won in every other league, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm going to step it up in both leagues.
Yeah, man. Crazy. What you talking about, Jerry?
Jerry Judy did what Jerry Judy does.
He's trying to conspire against somebody for fantasy football, man. Stop that.
Yo, fuck Jerry Judy. He fucked you with that one catch. One fucking catch,
Here we go, man. Jerry Judy didn't do nothing but his job, bro. Leave him alone, bro. He played well, though. First of all, that was an underthrown ball.
It was.
He made the most out of that shit. He slowed down, got the ball, grabbed that shit, and then he outran his man. God bless that man.
He's looking.
He gonna have a great year.
He gonna have a great career, bro. I already had high hopes for him as a wide receiver. I had to trade him in one of my dynasty leagues. They took him off me. I traded him in my Lamar Jackson deal, all part of my swindles. All part of my swindles. Lamar Jackson looked good though. He didn't really run the ball though. I wonder what y'all think about that. Lamar Jackson week 1 performance, 3 touchdowns, had a beautiful ball on Rashad Bateman. I had both of them in fantasy football. Thank you very much, Lamar Jackson. But it seemed like he didn't really run the ball like that. He wasn't really scrambling. Maybe he's trying to preserve his health for the contract. Any thoughts on that?
I think it was just, the Jets are trash. Shout out to the homie that was in the comments a few weeks back when he was like, "Oh, young Rome, you're lazy. You just said the Jets suck. That's not good reporting." Like, all right, well, they still suck, bro. Like, I watched them. I watched them. They ain't changed my mind yet. But as far as Lamar, man, I thought he looked exactly how he should look against, a below average team. Thought he did exactly what he needed to do. And for me, what quarterbacks like Lamar, it's just about keeping it going, man. You got to keep it going. It's a week to week league.
The Jets head coach Robert Saleh, Rome, he said he's keeping receipts on those guys that are talking down on his team in week 1. So he's
Oh
got.
well, Mr. Salah, here's a receipt for you. Your squad is trash. I like you as a defensive coordinator. A lot of respect for you as a DC. As an HC, it ain't working out too well. It might not be you. It might be the organization though.
So here's something interesting about that game too. People thought my account was hacked on Twitter. I retweeted. I think I had a fire emoji. Lamar Jackson threw a no-look pass.
It's beautiful. It was nice. It was nice.
I wish we had it queued up, man. That was a beautiful, beautiful play.
It was
Absolutely a great play. He made a fool of the Jets. You're not going to sell me in 1 week of just beating the Jets. His completion percentage was still relatively low, but a win's a win, right? Congrats, Lamar, and the Ravens, and pay that guy. He earned that check.
See, that was the most. That was the most like slight compliment, bro. My man said, "Oh, he had this awesome no look pass, but his completion percentage was still a little low though." Like what? What kind of 2-sided compliment is that, bro?
I thought it was a pretty good compliment as far as compliments go.
All I'm saying, right? We don't judge quarterbacks by how they do against the bad teams, right? We judge them by how they do in the big games, and I think Lamar can rise to the occasion in the big games, but I got to see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for the kid. That's the thing you guys don't understand. I'm rooting for the kid. The higher you guys praise him, the higher my expectations. And when he doesn't meet those, I got to do my job.
T is rooting for Lamar. That's news to me.
This nigga, you must be a tough love dad, bro.
I want everyone to win, but like, if you tell me this guy is the goods, like, I need him to be the goods. So, but I do want to see him get paid.
Hey, talking about telling me a guy is the goods and I need him to be a goods. That's the perfect transition to your boy Trey Lance. So I'll go first. Personally, I think everybody's overreacting a little bit on Trey Lance. He played in the monsoon. It's his first game for real. He's basically a rookie. I'm gonna give him a few more games. I think he needs like 5-6 weeks under his belt before you can really, really judge him. But I am interested to hear everybody else's thoughts on not just Trey Lance in that game, but that game as a whole.
For fantasy purposes, T, your boy Wilson, should I start him as my running back?
Who? Jeff Wilson?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I purposely stayed away from the 49ers backfield. It could be Wilson. It could be undrafted rookie Mason. Mason's probably the better running back for this offense of the group, but Jeff Wilson will probably get those touches.
So who you guys play this week?
Off the top of my head, Seattle.
Then I'm gonna definitely start him because Seattle's run defense is trash.
What was the question?
Should you play Jeff Wilson? I'm not telling you to play Jeff Wilson.
Jeff Wilson.
I'm telling you that
Jeff Wilson.
Yeah,
he's a starting running back now.
He's not back on that roster. And
Mitchell got hurt.
Expect Debo to take running back touches.
I was about to say you can't put stock into the running back depth chart in San
I got Debo fantasy though. It's common. I'm thankful for. I would say this. I'm thankful about the combo receivers that also get the touches at running back. because I got a few of those. I got Curtis Samuel, like he got a couple of those touches. I got Chase Claypool, he got a couple of those. He had like six carries, 36 yards. I'm like, damn, that's pretty good yards per carry, bro. You might gotta reconsider your position, bro.
Yeah, the league is
Cordarrelle Patterson went dummy.
Yeah.
starting to realize like football is kind of like little league, like pigeonholing guys into a position might not have been the best idea because some of these guys can truly do it all. You know what I mean? Can throw the football, catch the football, run the football. We just saw a safety kick a field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. He shanked the next one, but yeah, it was pretty good. The first one was pretty good.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as Trey Lance, I know the world wants to see Trey Lance be a world beater, but the reality is now that I'm a quarterback dad, like reps matter. Reps matter. They matter.
Yes, absolutely.
And Trey Lance has had so few meaningful reps that to me, expecting him to even like excel this season is kind of crazy. I mean, look how long it took Alex Smith to become a game manager, and that's all. That's the label they gave a number. You know what I'm saying? A top draft pick. It took him years to become a game manager, and he was playing out of like BYU or something. Or I can't remember where Alex Smith was, but it wasn't the SEC. So,
he was a game manager. Just like he was a game manager on 49ers.
But to his credit, he had like fucking 30 offensive coaches within like 8 years.
he was dealt a bad hand. I agree. And now we see Lance without Kittle, Lance without a starting running back, Lance with no O line.
Right.
Yeah, so there's no. I don't think we should react with your boy Trey.
Nah,
I mean,
I
your
think
boy
we should cut him some slack. I want
we
to go
should
Trey
not
Lance.
we should not overreact. But one thing you do need to keep in mind is that to a lot of people, this team was a team that was built to win and ready to win right now. And you have guys like Trent Williams that, I mean, he doesn't have 5 more seasons left in him. So guys wanted to kind of make that playoff run. And now you kind of got to ride with a quarterback that's still learning their position. And with Jimmy Garoppolo, who is a team favorite, he might not be a fan favorite, but you never hear the players talk down on him. They love Jimmy G. So, you know, it's going to be rough sledding for Trey in the national media, especially considering how many picks the 49ers gave up for him. I'm rooting for him, but I don't really expect the 49ers to like go deep into the playoffs or Trey Lance to be this world beater for another 2 years, honestly.
It's a unique situation, man. I'm glad we brought this up, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously played in the monsoon. He had the running backs, you know, they was hurt. Yeah, I hear all that. But it's an unfair situation, mostly just on the fact that you talked about them being in a win now situation and then having a young quarterback. Typically those two things don't go together. You know what I'm saying? Typically young quarterbacks aren't in a situation where they have to win now. So that's one. Because I agree. I think that he looked like a guy that was in his first NFL start, you know, and I think like the precedent was for him to look like Patrick Mahomes in his first NFL start. But yeah,
right.
That was
right.
no, but we were expecting to some
That
extent
was
that
the hype. That was the hype.
be some type of like, okay, he's been primed for a year. He's gonna come in. He's gonna fucking light the world on fire. But in reality, that's not the stage for most starting quarterbacks. It takes time. You know, you've seen progressions. You know, and I'll bring a guy like Jalen Hurts. He's gotten better every week. He's gotten better every year. He's gotten better through the camps. It takes time, man. And it's an unfair situation because they want to win now. But then they also have the fucking guy sitting there on the sideline, you know what I'm saying, hanging around Jimmy G. Like, that's not exactly, like, great, you know what I'm saying, for the kids' morale. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that. So you're in a situation, and 49ers were in a situation right there where they had a quarterback that was pretty good. They probably could have won Super Bowl with Jimmy G. I think they can win the Super Bowl with Jimmy G in the right circumstances. But they also were wise enough to see that something was missing, right? And they went out and they found what was missing, right? But it's going to take some time for a player to reach that level. And then that's just the tough thing about it when you're holding both assets, you know? It's going to be brutal on both sides. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out for sure. But I think it's a little unfair to trade.
So, I mean, what they say, a bird in hand is worth 2 in the bush.
I don't know where you heard that from. Game of Thrones.
What? A burning hand is worth two in the
Yeah,
bush.
man, it's better to have the bird that you have, right, than go out and try to kill the two that you see in the bush and left
Okay, okay.
away. Um, you know, but I do think it was time for a change. But the biggest issue, right, he couldn't overcome what the team did, the penalties and the nonsense and the rain and the elements. But what do the winning young quarterbacks, right? We saw Roethlisberger win young. The winning young quarterbacks, what do they have? They have a running game, and typically they have some sort of security blanket and a tight end. And 49ers running game is going to struggle, even with Elijah Mitchell, folks. With no O-line, that running game is going to struggle. And he's out for 2 months. So it's going to be an uphill battle. Maybe this could make or break the guy. But, we'll see how it goes. I got confidence that Trey Lance will reach his potential. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's a good player. It's going to take some time, though. I agree. Y'all got any last thoughts on week 1, man? I feel like we did a lot of shit, man.
TJ Watt, man, made an amazing interception, and to lose a star like TJ Watt for 5-6 weeks potentially, that's a tough loss for the Steelers. Tomlin's going to have to coach his ass off. When you lose that type of talent, that's rough. Didn't want to see him go down. Didn't want to see Dak go down. Just week 1, man. Football is a man's sport. It's the closest sport we have to the gladiator game. So I just was happy that most teams made it out with their star players.
Facts.
Hey, I had to take away from that Jags game, my man Tavon Walker, number 1 overall pick this past season. Not getting nearly enough talk about him, especially for a number 1 overall pick. It's kind of crazy. I guess it's because he's not a quarterback, but he had some nice plays in that Commanders game. Yeah, he had some nice plays in that Commanders game. He had the pick, and he had a real nice sack where he showed why he got picked first overall. So I think he's going to make some noise this season. If you're not paying attention to him now, he's definitely going to catch your eye by the end of the year.
Okay. G, final thoughts on week 1? Is it a Giants take? I haven't heard anything from you all week. You guys got a dub. You might only get like 3 more of those. So, what do you got to say about that?
I'm not going to jinx myself.
Good. Smart man.
All I'm going to say is I need King Henry to show up, man. That was not a King Henry game.
Oh,
no, it wasn't. It was a Saquon game.
You've officially come to the point where fantasy football it's bigger than reality football for you.
No, I'm just saying I thought it was going to be a more of a competitive game from the run game standpoint. Like I really thought that it was going to be King Henry versus Saquon. And I thought King Henry was going to be dominant, but this is the first defensive line that I ever see just straight bully the man and make him look like an average running back. For me, my personal take about the Giants defense, that defensive line, I'm in love. My secondary, they gotta work. They gotta work at it. Giants offensive line, the running game, good. The passing game, shitty as fuck.
Yo, you watched that game, man? Why they ain't play my boy Kadarius Toney, man?
He got hurt.
Yeah, wasn't he hurt?
Yeah, they playing with my fantasy team, bro. He's supposed to be the number 1 receiver, bro.
Nah, that's it. It's him and Sterling Shepard always been it's been Sterling Shepard.
Gee, man, you playing it too safe, man. I thought you was gonna come in here banging your chest talking about some Saquon, man.
He's obviously a sensible guy, bro. He's not you.
When he beat the Pigeons, he beat whatever the fuck you guys want to call yourselves. That's when I'm gonna drag my nuts across the screen and just be smacking y'all with it. Bow, bow, bow.
Never mind when you beat a playoff team.
Exactly, because you're not a playoff team.
Y'all just beat a playoff team. You should be hyped.
But the Titans are fluke. Man.
Titans are fluke.
I'm not gonna jinx us. Like I said, out of the U2s, however the fuck this shit goes. Wait, right there.
You're holding up the L. Hold up that L, because that's what you're gonna get when you play the damn Commanders, bruh. The Giants ain't beating shit. I was trying to let you live and let you get your Saquon moment.
already
because
know.
Saquon had his big game. But bro, the Giants.
Between the three of us, right? Who played the better team?
The real
Y'all
men-
did. Y'all
The
did.
Giants.
Y'all did.
Yeah, the
Okay, and
Giants.
who won?
You
So
did.
I'm more
We all
impressed
did.
about my win than I'm impressed about y'all wins. Y'all should have won in blowouts fashion, but y'all almost gave it up. Y'all almost gave up the pussy.
Hey,
I don't
Ventro,
want to
man.
hear y'all talk to me.
That's dope.
My man's barely beat the Lions, and the fuck the Jaguars? Are we really gonna be amping you two fucks about beating up on bullshit teams?
Hey,
I'm taking Jacksonville over the Giants this season for sure.
fantasy
Listen,
football
just
advice.
tell Bryce to have my $100 ready, bro. Because I want the Giants are winning more than fucking 8 games. Hey, yo, Bryce, I want my fucking money. I know where you live at, bro.
Hey, Ventro, man, I would not trade Darrell Henderson for KJ Osborne and Damian Pierce. Personally, I thought Damian Pierce was one of the biggest hype jobs of the fantasy football season for week one because they thought he was going to get so many carries and ended up getting way less touches than Rex Burkhead, who's available in most waiver wires. So, like, I don't know. I know people are real hype on Damian Pierce, but I'm not. Trey Lance, quarterback, won the rest of the season. I believe that's the only correct answer. T.
Barring injury, Trey Lance is the quarterback the entire season. So
Do the Cowboys call up Jimmy G? What's going on, man? What's the answer?
I don't think the Cowboys call Jimmy G. I think the Cowboys roll the dice in with Cooper Cup, Cooper Rush, or whatever his name is. Cup Rush Cup, Cooper Rush.
2 girls, 1 cup.
And low key, right? I think the Cowboys are okay with losing, and it sounds crazy, but I think given what we saw, even when Dak was in the game, I think the Cowboys are okay with losing, moving on from Zeke, and rebuilding that team.
I mean, y'all remember what Jerry said to start training camp? He put Mike McCarthy on notice, man. Like, so T's on to something. Like, I don't know if everyone in Dallas is okay with losing, but the main person that matters the most in Dallas is okay with losing, and that's Jerry Jones, because he's already got his eye on Sean Payton and the future. So this season, in his eyes, is a wash.
Drop Michael Gallup and add Jeff Wilson. Absolutely, considering
definitely. I was gonna say the same thing to you.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer there.
Michael Gallup's not gonna play for weeks, bro.
Even when he comes back, he's gonna have Cooper Rush. So Gallup is in the mud.
Yo,
both of them if you can. If you can trade them in a package deal for somebody, a flex running back type guy, RB2, a handcuff, sure. But outside of that, drop them and take Jeff Wilson. You're not going to get a return on most of that, but Jeff Wilson gives you the greatest opportunity.
I agree. And if you got Chase Claypool, maybe you should consider putting him in your flex.
Yep, Sean Payton is coming back to the fucking NFL next season.
Sean Payton going to turn the Cowboys around. I don't think you turn the Cowboys around in one season. I think they got weapons, right? You can build around CeeDee Lamb. He's a dog wide receiver. You can build around Michael Parsons, who is starting to look player.
Michael Parsons,
Aaron Donald.
That boy, yo, I don't like Dallas players, but damn, Marcus Parsons, god damn, I ain't never seen a guy. Boy, he played safety at one point and then DN.
Yeah.
I would recommend any quarterback other than Cooper Rush.
I would go if you can find Geno
anybody, bro. Geno would be a great choice if he's available.
Yeah, the Cowboys don't have an old line, and
I'll take Jacoby Brissett too. To be honest,
it's gonna
Baker
be
Mayfield. Come on.
But the benefit is the Cowboys should be playing from behind a lot. It might be a chance for a good amount of junk points, but
Cooper Rush might be the least qualified starting quarterback week 2 of the NFL.
Hey, I want to say this before we get out of here too, man. It's kind of egregious of the Dallas Cowboys to be in such a terrible spot as far as backup quarterback. That's poor management by the GM, who also happens to be the owner, in Jerry Jones. We were just talking about the 49ers. They got an incredible backup quarterback in Jimmy G. The Commanders have Taylor Heineke, who's not a bad backup. Eagles got Gardner Minshew. Giants got Tyrod Taylor. We could go down through so many teams and name their backup quarterbacks. And you don't need a Jimmy G to be your backup necessarily. You just need a guy that can come in and win you 2-3 games. Nobody believes Cooper Rush can do that. Maybe we're all wrong. Maybe Cooper comes out here, gets his opportunity, makes the most of it. But it's looking pretty bad for Dallas, and I think that's crazy to go into a season with a quarterback like Dak Prescott and not have any real backup plan.
I don't
All
hate
right.
Cooper Rush, but you're right. He to any more than 2 games, like you uh, Cowboys fans, start watching college football and see who you want next year.
Man, shout out my guy Ben. He said traded CD Lamb for Mike Williams. What do you guys think?
I like it.
I hope it's not a. I hope it's not a dynasty league. I would never do that personally. I mean,
I
it's gonna be a rough couple weeks for CD though.
I think that's a great trade. Mike Williams is going to get more targets as
Oh, he's
Keenan
gonna get
Allen's hurt
targets.
too now.
And I think it's a good trade. Up until week 7 or 8, it's a great trade. But then when
I like the trade. I think you fleece somebody. Weeder,
yeah, of course she says that.
We the man. We the best. You know what I'm saying? That was a good trade.
No, as long as I agree with Scruff. If it's not a dynasty league, I mean, if it is a dynasty league, I don't like the trade as much. But if this is a one and done, then it's a very good trade because, like we were just saying, CD ain't gonna have no quarterback, and he's gonna be getting double teamed left and right. He's the only receiver out there. Based off how they looked in week 1, I think he had like 11, 12 targets and like 2 catches or something. Like that was a good
I
trade.
don't like that trade,
number
bro.
one
You
receiver now?
just traded chicken wings for chicken nuggets, bro.
No, you didn't, because didn't old boy for the Chargers got hurt too? The receiver.
Allen
Yes.
got hurt. I know.
Yeah, Mike Williams is about to eat.
You got
Mike
nuggets with
Williams-
sauce.
You got premium nuggets from these aren't fast food nuggets, bro. You just got nuggets from like
Either
a
you got you got the dry wings or you got the nuggets with sauce. What are you gonna pick?
nah. You didn't even get nuggets. These are boneless wings. Mike Williams,
Oh,
he
No
boneless wings.
I don't like boneless wings.
Allen got like a grade 1 hamstring. I think that's off the top of my head. He should miss 2-3 weeks tops.
Who Allen? Josh Allen?
No. Keenan
Nah,
Allen.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah, he should be back next week. Not this week because they play on Thursday. But
Yeah,
he'll be back
yeah.
next week.
He'll be back. I mean, he's a little older, so
I think that's a dub. I mean, the playoff, bro. In the playoffs, bro. It depends on what kind of team you with,
A
bro. In the playoffs,
look, a
you might want
16
to have a guy like CD, bro.
16 team
Short term, that's going to win you though.
bro, a 16 team league. If your players aren't scoring right now, you might not make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
True, bro. True.
CD
He's speaking from experience on that one.
CD has sneaky junk opportunities, but with Cooper Rush, I think that drops him down to like a flex receiver. Honestly,
Yeah,
I agree, man. I agree, and I'm
like a wide
personally
receiver too at best.
I'm staying away from CD until Gallup is back on the field. Like it's too many. If opposing defenses is going to key on Gallup, man, or
See,
CD.
I'm trained differently than y'all, but I'm in a lot of dynasty leagues. So like, if I'm in a dynasty league, I'm buying low on CD. That's the way I think. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in a dynasty league. Cats is hurting. I'm not even gonna hit him yet because they still thinking like, hey, CD. Wait like 2 weeks. I'm gonna send all offers on CD. I'm gonna get right.
I mean, that team's going to be rebuilding. I don't think CD Lamb's going to give you a top 5 receiver year in the next year or two, even if he is a top 5 talent. So,
see, like in a dynasty, I don't know. I ain't gonna give y'all my plays here.
Well, I think CD Lamb is like the 3rd best in that division still.
I think
I'm still putting Terry and AJ above him.
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know about
That's fair.
Terry.
I mean, that's definitely fair.
Scruff, explain to me how CD Lamb is better than Terry without being biased.
Because I watched the whole Washington game, and according to my eyes, Curtis Samuel's better than Terry.
No. No. Curtis Samuel
Oh my God.
allowed to do what he's doing because those guys on the outside are kind of dynamic. And, you know, I really think Terry McLaurin is an elite number 2. I think Jahan Dotson's an elite number 2. And I think Curtis Samuels is a decent number 2. And that's enough, right? Those 3 powers combined is like the Megazord, right? They give you elite number
First of all, what the fuck is an elite number 2? If you're elite, you're number 1, bro. You can't be elite and be number 2, bro. Like what?
two is the elite number two.
Nah, it's
Like,
such a thing. It's such a
T
thing.
is the king of backhanded compliments, bro. Backhanded
Nah,
compliments
it's
all
true
night
though.
on
It's
this
true
show.
though. There's such a thing as elite number twos, bro. There's so many of those. Like,
That's
all
a
right, for
backhanded
example,
compliment to
no,
Terry.
it's not though, bro, because like, yo, think about like the Colts.
So
With Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, bro. Reggie Wayne was not a great number one, bro, but he was an elite number two for sure.
so T, what you're telling me, because you've already said this before, right? And you also said that the Eagles had two number ones. So you're telling me that Devontae Smith is better than Terry McLaurin?
I think Devontae Smith is better than Terry.
He's better than Terry McLaurin. Devontae Smith, the one that had like 2 catches in the playoffs, the
I
one
think
that's had like
Right.
his
All right,
last
all right,
like 10,
all right.
15 targets, he's reeled in like 4 passes, bro. But
He might be
he's
better.
better
He
than
might be
Terry.
better in the skill set. If you
Full
swap
disclosure,
teams, maybe.
I think his upside is better, right? And so let me describe an elite number two, right? An elite number two to me is a guy that can be held in check by top tier corners. The Ramses, the Jairs, like those guys
Like
can,
they can't take double coverage type shit.
right. Double coverage can fluster them. An elite number two is when you get the number two guys, when you get the one-on-one matchups, you can consistently win. And I think that's what Terry does. I think he can consistently win. But if Terry has to be my number one, I don't know if my team is going to be able to win a lot of games.
How many teams win a lot of games because they have a dominant number one receiver? That's not a typical, like, just because you have Terrell Owens or a Randy Moss doesn't guarantee you wins. The Raiders did not win games when they had Randy Moss.
That's true.
I just told you, I just described a Nike, and you're asking me how many people win marathon Nikes. Like, I don't know how many. I just know what it is. All right. Teams, I don't know how many teams win with an elite number one, but the Rams did. To answer your question, the Rams absolutely won the Super Bowl with elite number one.
I agree.
With Cooper Kupp?
Yeah, Cooper Kupp might be the best receiver in the league.
No, I just wanted to see which receiver he was talking about. They had a lot of nice receivers.
Okay. They only had one number one, bro.
Kupp was crazy last year. They did. So
Beckham is no longer a number one. He's a number one, but he's an elite number two. So
all right, so Terry
is really good, but he's not an elite
Terry or Odell. Terry. Okay.
Yeah, Terry better than Odell right now.
I will accept your elite number two. Whatever you want to call that. I'll accept that.
Designation.
Like
You know who else I think has two number twos? DJ Moore and Robbie Williams or Roby Williams or whatever you want to call them. Carolina, those guys are both number twos. But
I think Robbie Anderson is slight. I think just because I think I ain't gonna say too much. Y'all in a couple leagues with me.
I mean, I watched him. He had a big gain on like a busted play this week. I mean, he's a number two.
DeAndre Carter used to play for the Eagles he was on a practice squad. He made the roster, but then we cut him. He's a baller actually.
He's nice.
You got to go probably Duvernay and Shepard. I mean, this is like.
I love how everyone's just coming to us. I love it.
Duvernay or Shepard. It's kind of the bargain bin, but
Shepard is definitely going to be locked in and be that slot for them long term.
Yeah,
Duvernay solid. Carter is that's like if you got to be in a deep league to pick up Carter in my
Yeah, you got to be real deep to pick up Carter.
Zay Jones is just.
I think Lamar Jackson is out to prove that he doesn't.
I would get Duvernay out of them
to run. I think that's probably been a sticking point in his contract negotiations. So he's going to throw the ball, and I think
like Duvernay is going to get a lot of that like in between shit, 10 to 15 yard, right. 20 yard. He's going to be a good red zone target for them.
You know they're going to Mark Andrews, so he's going to be the guy that benefits from some of that.
Sterling Shepard did look good in that run, though.
Zay Jones,
I wouldn't touch him.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch him.
I give you like 6 points, maybe. What is that?
Yo.
I'm going to need further explanation on that. Elaborate for me, Hazard.
Twice, Anderson.
He alive? So tell that story?
Hey, that sounds like some pre-show content right there.
I need my research. I need
Technically, that's not a crime.
sources. I need sources. Has I'm a journalist, man. I need sources, bro. What is that? I don't know what that's about. In the cop's wife's eye.
That one never made it to the gas.
We didn't. That wasn't on. I don't know if Adam Schefter reported that. That might have been BSO. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta
Hey,
look
man,
that.
we in troubling times though, man. Seriously though, man. Seriously, man. Stay safe out there, man. Stay safe out there.
Oh, he did. Oh, so it's a story from 2018.
2018. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
he told a cop that's what he was going to do to his wife.
He said
I don't
because
know.
he got wild arrested for speeding back when he was on the job. Oh, I do remember that. I know he jizzed in the nut in the cop's eye.
Whoa,
What does that have to do with the other thing? What does
boy,
that have to do with?
crazy.
What does
I mean,
one have to do with the other, my guy?
who's never
He
won anything?
said.
I
He said,
forgot
"I'm an
about
elite number
that, bro.
2."
He was like totally like it's crazy because I lived in Jersey at the time when that happened, and it happened in Jersey, and I was like, Robbie Anderson, who the fuck are you, bro? I didn't think nothing of it, bro. And I didn't know all the roots and shit from Temple
You,
and shit. I started liking him later. I'm
you
I'm
got,
Ohio. I like him.
yeah,
He's been my hero.
you can't
I
kink.
agree.
All right.
Nah, yo, I fuck it. I'm gonna just be honest. I think Robbie Anderson seems like the type of guy. Takes me as the kind of guy that a guy like Baker Mayfield would throw the ball to. You know what I mean? Like he won't throw to a guy like Odell Beckham, but he'll make a guy like Robbie Anderson. Fucking, he'll get him a check. Like, I promise you. I promise you.
Hold on. Didn't Robbie Anderson, wasn't that who Cam Newton was
That
talking
was
about? Mascot?
wasn't Robbie the one that was like when Baker said he was coming or they announced Baker was coming, he was like no in the comments and shit.
I don't know if that
Everybody
was
don't
him.
even like Baker.
I don't know if that was him. I mean, he like
Yeah,
Baker like him. That's all that matters.
Robbie Anderson asked Cam Newton, like, what's that bear doing?
What
He asked
bear?
somebody on the Panthers, and it was the cat. It was Sir Purr.
I don't understand.
No,
he
so
thought the Panthers had a bear mascot.
he thought it was a bear. Like he was just confused. Like he might be playing high. He seems like a guy. Oh man.
Hey man, shout out Robbie, man. Speak your truth, bro. He just switched his name from Robbie with a Y to Robbie with a I. So I feel you, bro. Speak your truth, bro. Feel me? Yeah, man. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna speak no further on the subject. I'm in a few fans.
It's getting late, but I did want to say R.I.P. to PNB Rock.
PNB Rock.
PNB Rock R.I.P. Like no pun intended. I've been rocking with PNB Rock for a long time. Since Rockadelphia, like it's been a long time. But to get shot at a fast food spot, eating with your girl,
Terrible.
rob for your jewelry.
Terrible.
It's crazy. It was preventable. It was senseless. It was all sorts of everything. I'm not going to play the blame game here. I just want to say RP to PNB Rock because he didn't have to go that way. You know what I'm saying?
Word, bro. I mean, he's Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. He got shot, right? My man, Young Dolph got shot at the ice cream spot, man. Yo, these cats got outside ordering Uber Eats, bro, and they got answered door with the strap.
The cookie spot. And Dolph was in his hometown, but they said PNB was in like a notorious,
It's the bad area,
yeah. Like this is an area that is surrounded. It like borders. I saw like a map on Twitter, right, of gang areas. It bordered like 6 gang neighborhoods. People from this area said they don't go. Like if you're from the hood, you know the hood. PNB Rock's a guy that is from Philadelphia. I know he knows the hood. Probably
He knows his hood, probably.
You know what I mean? But you even when you're not in your hood, you know what a hood looks like. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing, though, bro. I think part of that they have like not a false sense of like, hey, I'm from the hood. I'm good in any hood type shit. I know what the hood look like. I'm from the hood type shit. But like
Yeah, it was probably a little bit of pride, a little bit of ego. Like it's the middle of the day, I'm gonna wear my jewelry. I'll be fine. I've been out here before, but it's just a huge roll of the dice, and unfortunately, somebody took the opportunity to to, to, to just take this man's jewelry and his life. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad. It's just sad that they've been killing the girlfriend online. Apparently, she posted the Roscoe's and tagged the location 20 minutes before someone came in there with a gun and robbed him. So she's been getting the bulk share of the blame. But
Yeah, I don't
That
think that's
makes no
fair though.
sense.
I
That
don't think
if
that's
you
fair though.
logically speaking, that makes no sense.
I
If
don't think
you
that's
put
fair. I don't think.
nationalities, what you just said, like, it's a gang infested area.
Yeah, I don't
When
think
the
they was.
man went into a poor place, right? Very poor place, because gang infested. Assuming, right? Why the fuck you got jewelry on? What the
you,
fuck,
Niggas probably had the drop on him as soon as he got in that joint. He
bro?
probably
But
got
it's
in
like
that joint. He
you
probably
let
got
them
in that
bring
joint.
that kind of
Somebody in there
energy,
was
though.
like, "Yo, this dude in here coming crazy. Got a whole lot of money, bro. We can run the lit." And I ain't gonna hold you, bro. And I ain't trying to be like rude. R.I.P. to PNB Rock, but like he seemed like easy target. Like if I was like trying to go for a famous person, you know what I'm saying? He like hot type frail, skinny dude. Look like an ostrich. You know what I'm saying? Like.
R.I.P.
No, I hear you. I hear you, Scruff, man. It's a sad situation. You hate to see it. You really hate to see it. And I mean, I don't know, man. It's one of them things where it's like, I don't want to say that he's wrong for having jewelry on. It's his jewelry; he can afford to wear it. I don't want to say that the girlfriend's wrong for posting a picture and being at Waffle House or whatever. Because how many times do y'all go out? Do we go out and post a picture somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Like, they should
Right.
be able to do all those things and not have your life taken. So to me, it's just a senseless act of violence. I get it. I'm from these areas. Like I've grown up in the hood. Like I have family members who have, done some nefarious activities. So I understand all sides to this. But my thing is, like, I pray and I hope that as a community, as a world, as a planet, as a people, man, we get beyond shit like this because it's honestly just so pointless, bro. Like, especially when it's like a famous figure like PNB Rock or like Nipsey or like people that in large part probably weren't really doing no harm to you or your hood when you came down there. You're trying to make a name for yourself. I assume. Thinking you're gonna get this big lick or this, I'm the nigga that shot this nigga, blah 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 type of thing. So it's all corny to me. I really wish shit like this would stop happening. I don't know that it ever will in my lifetime, but like we do with most of the things when this happens. Prayers to his family, friends. Obviously they're going through a tough situation, but I really, really, really hate to see this type of stuff, man, because we can say a million different things, but at the end of the day, man, that man was allowed to go into that Waffle House and eat whatever the fuck he wanted to eat with whatever he had on. And whoever decided to make the decision to go be on some Jack Boy shit, that was not the right thing to do.
yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said, Ron. I totally agree, but sadly, like the world we live in doesn't allow for certain people to do certain things, and I can see it now, man. Anybody could have lined him. It didn't take a picture. You know what I'm saying from his girlfriend. Like, you're talking about a guy in jewelry, probably in a nice car or some sort of like black rented SUV. Uh,
Yeah.
you're hopping out with a girl that looks like she's create like a created player. You know what I'm saying? She's an IG. She's got the fake breast, the fake butt, and all
I
that.
mean, she's just as much as jewelry as the chains and the bracelets.
So, and
Wow, that was the deepest thing you ever said, Rome.
I don't mean it disrespectfully either. She's
No,
a
that's
she's
a
a human,
fact,
but y'all
bro.
y'all feel where I'm
No,
coming from, though.
it's an extension. It's an extension upon the
and
aura, the
you're right.
ego,
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
facade.
And when a guy from his hood comes back to his hood and looks like that, it's like, dang, man, like
Fuck
he
you.
made
That's
it.
what they're thinking.
When a guy from another hood comes to your hood and does that, it's like
it results in the same thing. It's all the same
it
thing with Nipsey.
crazy part,
Oh yeah,
right?
it's from my hood. They're like, oh fuck you, nigga. I'm from this hood. They ain't not giving me the love like that, nigga. Like, and then nigga right up on him from his own hood.
You
You know what I'm
know, it's
saying?
just
From your own, from different hood, it's the same type shit. Don't
I've
matter, bro. Like Niggas gonna find a way to be jealous
I've been
regardless.
seeing a lot of rap is the most dangerous profession. Like rap is absolutely not a dangerous
You don't
profession.
have to be. You don't have to stay in the crib.
I mean, you don't even got to stay in the crib. I
You
know
rapping, bro. Just all you gotta do is just drive around on the. I'll bring back the. I'll be driving
Nah,
around
I mean
the bus,
it's
taking
the
up hoes,
class of
taking back to the
rapper.
crib.
It's a
it's
class of rapper, bro. And the rappers that have been rapping for a little while, and T could probably attest to this, they know the difference, bro. Like you're not gonna see and maybe some of these rappers are just too big of stars now to be going into a Waffle House or whatever. But even if they were, they're gonna buy out the whole Waffle House. Like you're not gonna be able to just walk into the Waffle House while they're in the Waffle House. Like you gotta be able to maneuver. And it almost goes against what I was saying at first because he should be able to just go eat. But it's y'all like T's right. Like the world we live in doesn't allow you to do certain things. So you got to maneuver in that way. You got to know that you can't just go do that. You either got to have security down the block or you got to buy out the whole Waffle House and you and your date the only people in the restaurant at the time. So I mean it's a terrible situation.
you know a little known secret about LA. I mean, it's I mean, people in LA know,
Just get
people in
Uber Eats, man.
entertainment know. Like LA is a place where they target and rob the rappers, right? The entertainers. Like they create fake Instagrams to follow these guys to find out when they're coming to LA and where they're going. Like that's what they do. And a lot of your favorite rappers have been robbed and bullied and made to check in and those sort of extorted in LA, literally in LA, but you would never know because some of that stuff doesn't hit the media. But that's the reason why you see a Chris Brown randomly in a gang, right? A Soldier Boy randomly in a gang in LA, like
Yeah.
why you see Lil Wayne randomly a Blood, like certain cities, certain areas, like that comes with it. And like I said, I don't think being a rapper is dangerous. I think being in the streets. I don't care if you're the school nurse. If you're in the streets, if you're in the hood, anything can happen, man. So,
Agreed.
like Rome said, man, you gotta move, you gotta maneuver.
Right. Cause he didn't have to go to Roscoe's where he was at. He could have went to the one in the hills, bro.
Could have, you know what I'm saying? Or you just, sometimes you gotta tuck that pride in, man, and say, you know what, Roscoe's ain't for us. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving. Like,
Fuck you
That's
talking
what I
unfortunately,
about?
mean. That's what I mean. It's a
Like, nah,
class of
for real
rapper.
though.
Like
It's yeah, for real. Four
like you
Seasons
you
got
get to a
waffles.
certain point in your career and like I feel like niggas like certain rappers are like, oh, I gotta rep the hood, I gotta be in my hood and stuff, but like you get to a certain point in your career where you're like, yo, just no, like I can afford to go get this expensive ass meal at this expensive ass restaurant. I'm not going to Roscoe's. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then people will say you're bougie, people will call you this and that, but like you're alive.
y'all remember when 2 Chainz got robbed in Cali?
Not really.
He got robbed in like the Bay. He tried to say it never happened. Then the video came out or something. It was a while ago, but like, you know, it's that's just how it goes. And if you're gonna be in somebody else's hood, you should probably have security. You should probably have some sort of protection, some sort of entourage. You shouldn't just be on random dates. And I'm not blaming P&B because maybe he ate it at Roscoe's before. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he been in that. Maybe he felt comfortable, but unfortunately, he lost his life and he didn't have to, man. So. RIP, prayers and condolences, and I'm at the point where I'm kind of just tired of losing rappers, man. Like it seemed like every couple of months, we're talking about the same things.
Yeah, it's real, man. It's very true. Very true,
I mean,
man.
T, you said something earlier too that he probably had like a certain type of car, and I remember in the group chat you had mentioned how they just got Brian Robertson down here in DC. That's a ball player, and they did that in a very public area for the most part. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't in
For for
some like
Hellcat,
yeah, like that's like
All it
it's
take, bro. That's all it take is a few seconds, bro.
so I mean it's a crazy world, bro, and I know people out here hurting, struggling. I get that to the fullest extent. But it sounds corny, man, but I just wish we all valued life a little bit more, right? Like everybody's life is important, everybody's life matters. I get it. I get the jealousy, the struggle that people are in, but it's never worth taking somebody else's life.
man, it's never, man, it's never. But unfortunately, like some people come up in a way where they're opportunists, and that's all they know how to do is survive. And
Yep, that's facts.
That pretty much puts the nail on the head, man. So stop being bums, man. Go get a job. Oh yeah, we all late, man. It's past my bedtime. I blame Call of Duty. Oh yeah, is that COD? Call of Duty? Moving silly out here. All right. You talking about Call of Duty? Yeah, desensitized. Yeah, I see. We back. That's pre-show shit we was talking about, man. You in tune with us, D Money. We was talking about desensitizing of society, in many aspects, through substances, through bitches and asses, killing. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's a solid combo for another day. But like the whole Call of Duty and the first person shooters, I do think that shit desensitizes people. I'm holding off on the first person shooters for my children personally. Like I don't think I'm gonna let them get into those games until I see a little bit of maturity.
Baby, you seen the joint Power, bro? You feel me? My man Reek, bro. He was popping casting, and he came back home. He was popping that Call of Duty. He was like, he wasn't phased by that shit, bro. Training to kill it.
I can tell you, man, somebody getting shot in real life is nothing like Call of Duty.
Nothing, bro. Nothing at all.
G, you saying something? You've been on mute for like a half hour.
What are y'all talking about? I've been on La La Land.
What are you, high, nigga?
A little bit.
A little bit.
All right. On that note, man, I think it's been a good night. We did a good job, man. We did a good job, man. You late? You high? What the fuck, man?
Hey.
Oh man, I helped you get this job, man. What the fuck?
I showed up. I'm that guy that just writes my name in the group project.
Man, we've been on for a long time, man. Let's end this.
Yeah, let's get to bed, man. It's been a good night, man. Week 1. Feel me? Stay out of the brothels. You know what I'm saying? Night, fellas, man. Week 2, fantasy football, man. It's gonna be a fun week, man.
I'm about to drag my nuts on Nick's face at the end of the weekend. You're about to lose to me, you bum.
You ain't about to win. You ain't about to win, man. You ain't never beat me in shit, bro.
You're
now we gonna have documentation. I'm keeping the receipts, bro. Shout out Gino. Hey, they wrote me out, but they wrote me. What did he say?
They wrote me off, but I ain't write them back.
Wrote me off, but I ain't write back, man. You know how we end every show, man. Sports for the culture.
Sports for the culture.
Yo, my man left. Hey, before the end of the show, yo,
he didn't even take us off live. He just took himself off.
What a bum!
Hey, wow, boy.
That boy is hurting.